And there's the bell, ho.
Hey there, sports fan. On this show, we believe that the best wrestling is the ones that, have good intentions but turn out to be not the best. So this is our 24th installment following the World Wrestling Empire, the real WWE, if you ask me, and old Duke back there. And we have a lot of new subscribers, so if you haven't caught it in the other 23 episodes, it really doesn't make a huge difference because it's kind of a big clusterfuck anyway.
The new tag team champions. And let me tell you something, these guys are going to take you down so far that you'll be wanting to fight the military express, if you get my drift.
As always, we are hosted by the Ledge and Prince Devlin Blanchard, oddly enough joined by one half of the recently shat upon military express.
And let me tell you something,
Sergeant Todd. My cat's puking. I can relate, buddy. Sergeant Todd isn't sure what to do with this microphone, and Todd just kind of sits there for a long time while the hosts run down the show, which is lucky for us because it gives him a lot of time to think, to plan, to percolate what he might want to say.
Where does he come up with this stuff, Lynn?
Ring announcer Jay Samuels is here on sabbatical from his Peter Griffin class.
Hey, Lois, diarrhea.
Pete, I'm holding iced tea.
And Tennessee Rebel comes out to a deafening silence.
Here is the Tennessee Rebel.
And faces actual good wrestler, Red Eagle.
An awesome wrestler, a giant in stature.
Prince Devlin already leaves commentary to get ready for a match he apparently has later, and Sergeant Todd just leaves too. Good thing he was there.
Where does he come up with this stuff, Lynn?
I get nervous about Red Eagle matches because he's actually decent, but then Tennessee Rebel reminds us why we're all here.
And there's the bell, ho, and both the wrestlers in the ring starting it out.
Jay Samuels joins the commentary desk and immediately makes fun of Prince Devlin's real-life job at a local car lot.
As we called him earlier, you and I were talking about old Prestone breath. He finally, guess he decided he wanted to take off.
Meanwhile, Red Eagle decides that one good turn deserves another and gives Tennessee Rebel another shot at the basic day one of wrestling class moves he already messed up.
Giving up a lot of weight, but Rebel.
Then something amazing happens because one of them clearly called a drop toe hold, but there's some confusion over who's the pitcher and who's the catcher.
People with agenda.
Tennessee Rebel does the only thing that he can do in a situation like this, which is sell a clothesline with patented Bethesda ragdoll physics.
Right now in the ring, we got some good action going on and a big show.
Over the last year and a half, I've really been pretty hard on Tennessee Rebel, and I would just like to take this opportunity to say I was correct.
Tennessee Rebel resorting to some tactics we're not quite used to seeing out of a wrestler of this caliber. All right, Tennessee Rebel brings.
Tennessee Rebel then lines himself up perfectly for some nice, safe offense from his opponent.
Arms, and he was giving
Red Eagle then decides that he has to remind Tennessee Rebel of his dominance.
close to the gut.
Oh.
The camera then cuts to the state-mandated level of irony.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited! I'm so scared!
Thankfully, Red Eagle then puts Tennessee Rebel out of our misery.
But he just doesn't. Oh! Wow! Now he hooks a leg. All right, welcome back to the World Wrestling Empire. I'm joined now by T-Town Tim Zayn, one of the up-and-coming stars here in the World Wrestling Empire. T-Town.
Kabuki!
T-Town Tim Zayn, someone that I have been in near constant contact with over the last few weeks, is here to give us the requisite first year of wrestling cringy promo.
Well, last time I was in the ring with Predator,
Right.
We had the Renegade out here throwing powder in my face for a second time.
Right.
Right. And he keeps talking stuff with me about the locker room. I come up here to wrestle.
Right.
Hear about how Predator
Right.
is just running me down.
Right.
And I was just coming out to tell him if he's willing to step in the ring
Right.
without the Renegade around,
Right.
I'll show him who the better man is in the ring.
Right.
And Jay Samuels wraps up the segment like a true pro.
by the up-and-coming T-Town Tim Zayn. We'll see what happens. Thanks, Tim.
Hey, my cat's actually throwing up again.
I'm the legend. We're standing here at the contract signing.
We have a contract signing with Silverado and his in-real-life stepson, Annihilator, just back for the summer from boarding school against actual good wrestler TJ Steele, who is accompanied by the big guy from Happy Gilmore.
And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
Still, if we can just get your signature right here on the bottom line.
Right.
Make sure you spell it right.
Right.
Zero chance Annihilator can spell his own name correctly. But then we get to see what's on the back of Annihilator's jumper, and then references a match stipulation in the contract that has heretofore gone unmentioned.
Well, let me tell you something. This handcuff stipulation with me and Goliath, what good does that do?
Right.
It doesn't matter if I'm handcuffed to a tree in New York.
Right.
That's all the time we got now. We'll get this match under the way.
Okay, got it.
If you'll remember, Scott the Snake Serpent Scum Summers was pretending to vie for the WWE Championship when commentator Prince Devlin Blanchard threw in the towel and lost Summers the match. So, now they gotta have a fight about it.
The self-proclaimed sexiest man alive, Devlin Blanchard.
Oh, Devlin Blanchard. You know, the reason he's the sexiest man alive is he used to be a woman. Of course, we want everybody out there to keep their eyes open for the new Devlin Blanchard workout tape, Jaws of Steel. He sits there looking like a goldfish with his mouth open and closing, but hey, nothing comes out. There's no sound on the tape.
Shut up and take my money.
Scott Summers then hits the ring with as much fire as the time his neighbor blew their lawn trimmings into his driveway. Snake Man Summers then starts lighting up Devlin, but then has to do the dumb spot that Devlin for sure begged him to do.
Summers makes a little mistake. Turns his back.
They dance around for a few minutes and then...
Here we go. Oh, man. And
they're just too evenly matched.
Let's take a look at Devlin's hair. Has something changed? I can see that.
Only thing I know about Devlin's hair is it's inspired him to become partners in a broom factory.
And I know these two hate each other.
There's the whip into the... Oh!
But take it easy, guys. It's just entertainment. Scott Summers' manager, father-in-law, Colonel Tom Parmesan, does more than make up for those wash rag clothesline by delivering an incredibly real punch to the forehead of Devlin. Scott the Scum Snake Serpent Stepdad Summers then hits not one but two not Jake the Snake Roberts adjacent intellectual property DDTs at all.
That's it for Devlin. Oh! Devlin could be out front. Who in the world is it?
Oh! Someone's come in to save.
But a masked man hops into the ring, beats up Summers, and then starts unbuckling his pants. Followed by the most realistic move you would do if you were whipping someone with a belt, leaping into a crouched proposal position.
Away from Colonel Tom. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Savage. Who?
Right.
That's right. The recently deceased Doc Savage is here, and I mean, like recently as in real life, not like recently like right before they filmed this, and this is like the ghost of Doc Savage interrupting matches. Although it would be a much better storyline. Doc probably deserves his own episode, but I've been avoiding it for nearly 2 years because in IPW his character was a racist chiropractor.
First of all, in the Indians, the impulses come from the eye and go directly to the stomach. That's why they put things in their mouth when they first get it, much like some sort of animal to look at it and taste it and things like that.
And then we promptly find out why he unbuckled his pants. Flamin' Raymond shows up in his furry bike helmet to explain to us how bodies work.
You've been standing around and you've been causing a lot of trouble here in the WWE. I want to tell you one thing. I've figured out in my head, and I see the senses, there's one thing about it. My heart's still pounding. I'm still here.
I think it's stupid, ridiculous, but whatever. Kabuki!